We were glued to our television sets when the men won the World Cup last week. So we are seeing consistent success in white ball cricket for India. Under 19, women, men, India's white ball success. What are we doing right? What's the story? Clearly, there is something that we are doing right. There are many wrongs in this country, but this is a right. This is a right, and we must celebrate the right. To celebrate this right, and we will also honor her with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the end of this panel. Ladies and gentlemen, she had to travel to Ranchi for the under 23, but took a detour based on a request. Put your hands together for someone very dear to me and one of the greatest, if not the greatest, bowler that women's cricket has ever seen, Jhulan Goswami. If you want a story of resilience, of courage, of comeback, of determination, she is your story. Pivotal for India's World Cup win, extremely important cog in the Indian Women's World Cup wheel and multiple other formats. Put your hands together for Sneh Rana. I would desperately want her to make a quick comeback because that in swing has to come back as part of India's white and red ball team. Put your hands together for Meghna Singh. And every day you will religiously listen to something that is now part of our lives. তুমি পরে বসিয়ে নিও, উঠে এসে বসিয়ে নেবে, চিন্তা করো না, তুমি অনেক টাইম পাবে, তুমি মডারেট করছো। We listen to him every day. We call it Akashvani, we call it his commentary on Geo Star, we call it whatever, and his social media, but someone who has become the voice of Indian cricket in many ways. Again, a dear friend of mine. Put your hands together for Akash Chopra. And now to my two moderators for this panel. Even the BCCI and Sneh will attest, or Meghna will attest, when the Indian team was playing the World Cup, there was a day when one player went to practice. It was one of those off days, optional days. One player from the team went to train. And the BCCI media manager jokingly said, one player has come, but two Rev Sports reporters have come to cover the practice. These two will go and cover under 13, under 15, under 17, under 19, under 23, and of course the senior cricket. They do a show at night which starts at 11, and one day at 1:47 I saw them doing the show. These are mad people. Put your hands together for Trisha Ghoshal and Snehashish Mukherjee.
If everyone can settle down, please. Julandi, you always opened the bowling, so we'll start with you, of course. Well, you, of course, have been part of a generation where, and this is a common question, you must be getting since November, that you have been seeing this dream, you have now, kind of course, lived the dream. First feelings.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Boria, the Reps Pros group, having us over here and discussing such a lovely topic of women's cricket. And secondly, yes, 2025 was a special year because, when I started watching, growing up, World Cup final, first time I saw World Cup final, Cricket World Cup final, 1992, and then 1997 Women's World Cup final, Eden Garden, and since then I was dreaming and chasing that dream. And finally, through Harman, Smriti, Sneh, Dipti, Richa, they lift that trophy for us. And I think as a women's cricket fraternity, we all are proud, and we feel that we won the cup that day. And that's emotions you saw. You were in the ground that day. You saw all ex-cricketers was in a tear, because we believe that that's our trophy. And last 50 years we are trying, we are preparing, but could not go through that final line. But finally, that November was a special 2025 for us.
Okay, Snape, next question for you. Okay, Snape, the World Cup, after the World Cup, life must have changed a lot. But can you just take us back to that moment when you just know that, okay, the job is done, we have lifted the World Cup. What was the kind of atmosphere in the dressing room and all? Can you just take us back?
I think, first of all, thank you so much for having us here. Atmosphere was surreal. I mean, we were in the awe, actually. Yes, it happened. Finally, the women's cricket had lifted that trophy, which we were waiting for like 50 years. And we have seen them working hard. And I mean, lifting that trophy in front of all those cricket fans, thousands of people were there, and lifting that trophy, I mean, we were very emotional. And adding to that, before you ask her a question, the emotions and feelings of hers, I want to tell you one thing, that when we were taking the lap and we saw her, and it was not planned, we just handed over the trophy to her, and she was literally in tears. I mean, it was the tears of joy, obviously. We felt so proud and overwhelmed handing that trophy into her hands. So first of all, I want to thank you for shaping the life, of women's cricket. So thank you, Juludi, for always standing there for women's cricket.
अब आकाशवाणी की तरफ चलते हैं. You have, of course, played a 3D role, player, commentator, analyst. What are we doing right now? Because you can say both men and women included, we are a force to reckon with in the white ball game as of now, What has changed?
Firstly, thank you for the opportunity, and congratulations to the girls. I was calling that night when the girls lifted the trophy, and that was my first World Cup where actually India won, and I was behind the mic, so I felt very proud. So what has happened now? Honestly, nothing has happened now. Because if it were to happen today, then the results will be there tomorrow, but it's not that simple, very honestly. I feel it's a labor of love over decades, where Indian cricket has invested so much over a period of time that there comes a time when you see the fruits or the flowers blooming, and that's exactly what is happening at this point in time. Because back in the day, talent alone was enough. For you to actually do well, talent was fine, because you were just two talented individuals were competing against each other, and that is when actually the West Indies had their golden era in white ball cricket, the 2 World Cups that they won back to back, because everybody had almost equal opportunities, the equal kind of facilities, the logistics, etc., infrastructure. Everybody had the same. Pakistan was a good team because talent alone was enough. But as modern day sport grew, we realized that to actually have any sort of advantage, you need to now start investing in the infrastructure, the logistics, every single 1%ers that you need to work on, and it does take time, because let's be honest, we are still a developing country. We want to be a developed country in a few years' time, but right now we are competing with the developed nations. So when we were competing against, say, England and Australia and the rest, and they kept growing because they had the means, they had the resources, and we had the will. I think we had the will, we had the honesty, and we just relentlessly worked at it. One thing that separates us from the rest and actually can very confidently say and claim is that we are here to stay. And this is not going to change. Yes, first time ever will always be very special. 1983 World Cup victory for men, 2025 World Cup victory for women. That will always be very special. But it is just a start of a phenomenal journey where we are going to dominate world cricket because we have worked very hard to reach here. And one thing that sets us apart is the passion that we have and the numbers that we have. Nobody can actually compete with that. Cricket, you don't need to actually force somebody to play. Actually, in most households, you have to stop people from playing. कि मत खेल बेटा, क्यों अपना दिमाग खराब करो, क्यों अपना टाइम बर्बाद करो, बेटी रुक जाओ. So this is the general, the numbers that we have. But of course, that encouragement has also now started changing, where women cricket, of course, since we have so many champions here, I've got 2 daughters as well. We now, obviously, the new generation, the modern day families actually encouraging everyone. Go out and play because there is a serious livelihood that is available for you. You don't have to just become a doctor and an engineer that in my times was the only profession that we were actually looking forward to. So the numbers we have, the passion we have, the infrastructure and the honesty and the will that we have, honestly, this is just a start. Yes, we will be celebrating this, but we are going to celebrate for the next 20, 30 years. We are here to stay.
Okay, Meghna, this is for you. The question is, Meghna, that you have already played the WPL, right? For Gujarat Giants, you played for 2 seasons. So how important has been the WPL behind the India women's success in white ball format? Because obviously the ODI World Cup win is there, and we already won the T20 series in England last year. Now the recent T20 success in Australia also. So how important has been the WPL behind this white ball success?
मुझे लगता है कि WPL से आपको बहुत ज़्यादा और अच्छा टैलेंट देखने को मिलता है. आपको जो नए नए बच्चे हैं जिनको कहीं चांस नहीं मिलता या कहीं दिखते नहीं हैं, लाइक ज़रूरी नहीं है हर किसी को एकदम इंडिया मिले, बट जो एक प्लेटफॉर्म है वो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है और उससे काफ़ी अच्छा एक फेम मिलता है, एक आपको परफॉर्म करने का मौका मिलता है और आप दिखते हो अच्छे. तो मुझे लगता है ये बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है जितनी भी न्यू जनरेशन है उसके लिए. और इसको मे बी अभी टीम्स कम हैं, इन फ्यूचर बढ़ेंगी तो और ज़्यादा टैलेंट बाहर आएगा. तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट मुझे लगता है गर्ल्स क्रिकेट के लिए मैटर करता है WPL.
Julandi, of course, from a player, now you don the hat of a mentor, coach. You were very strict with yourself and you were harsh on yourself as a player.
100%.
How much of that? Yeah, you were.
Yes,
and
yes.
You were super
I would like to answer that, yes.
I said 100%.
No, I have seen her, even during practice sessions, if she misses, something, she would actually scream at herself. So how much of that you have carried on as a mentor? But the real question, though, is do you think we are in that path where we are finally discovering fast bowling talent, something that we have lacked in?
Well, these days as a coach, you cannot harsh onto the players. I have my 2 little senior players sitting in front of me. If I talk to them little on a different scale, they will next 7 days they're not going to win in my front of circle. So it's very difficult. And today's modern cricket, as a coach, is the best thing is you don't know anything. Sit back and watch the game and wait. Let them come to you, and then you give little bit of inputs. And second questions, yes, we do struggling with the seam bowlers, but we have couple of good talented cricketer, bowler particularly, who can, if you train them, if you can guide them, mentor them, they can be future of Indian cricket. And if you see last 2-3 years in WPL, we produce few quality fast bowlers. Number 1, Kranti Gaur. I think she was playing under 23. She was with us as a net bowler. First season in Mumbai Indians. And second season she was in Indian team and UP team. And last year, Nandini, one more medium pacer. so many good quality medium pacer we have in our circuit, but thing is we need to guide them, we need to nurture them properly, and we need to give them little bit extra support, because there's this lot of restriction is there. So coming from domestic cricket to WPL to international cricket is a huge gap. You need to taught them that how you're going to minimize those gaps. Otherwise we have quality medium pacer in a domestic circuit, because I works for Bengal. I go through all, like you watch all those under 19, under 13, under 17, under 23. I also go through different part of India. I saw a lot of quality cricketers, lot of quality fast bowlers bowling, but they need to train them, they need to guide them properly, and the most important that exposure is there, but the support from the team management, that's most important thing is required for the medium pacer at this moment in our country.
I want to ask a follow-up on that, because I think last year the seniors was in Kolkata, and there was a pace bowling all-rounder, V. Fishta from Himachal Pradesh, who was there. So I want to know, what is the procedure for somebody who's probably from a Himachal Pradesh and is not really going to qualify for knockouts, so there aren't possibilities of selectors really seeing them. Where do they go from,
See, first of all, whenever you got the opportunity, you need to perform well. And that's the utmost criteria for any players, and not only medium pacer or batter or bowler. You need to perform well to, then people will start following you. And secondly, if you have, X factor, somebody in down the line will pick you, and they will follow you, they will track you. And nowadays in all WPL team, they have their scout round the clock, they're roaming around across India, wherever this local league also is going on, club league is going on, they goes there, they try to figure out those raw talented cricketer and give them that support. So if what you say, that girl is doing really well, and already she is in a radar. I don't want to mention the name, but she is already in a radar. Hopefully in future she will get her opportunity, and hopefully she will do well.
Can I just add one small little thing actually? Of course, Julian has mentioned that the fastest way to play for India, men or women. For women, it's like if you can bowl 125 kilometers per hour, irrespective of where you are. Yeah. Wherever you are playing, it doesn't matter. Indian cricket will find you. Yeah. If you can bowl 145 clicks in men's, I mean, you do not have to worry. Indian cricket will take care of you. They will find you, search you, get you, prepare you. So talent is what you need. Nurturing Indian cricket will do. Don't worry. Just get somebody who can bowl 125 clicks, no matter where they are.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Sneh, this is for you. Sneh, one of the things that we have noticed in this current Indian team, that the bonding between, senior and junior players, especially with you and Vaishnavi, the bonding that we get to see on social media also. So what do you think of that? How important is that, having that bonding to have a proper dressing room culture?
I think the bonding between Sneh and me also say.
I was about to mention that when I first played my international cricket. Let me tell you, she was my room partner. First room partner I ever had was Juludi, and she took care of me really well. Thank you for that.
Now you are doing that same thing too, Vaishnavi.
Yes, because I believe that showing the right path and guiding them right. Talent they have, but like Juludi also said that you need to guide them, you need to support them. That's what I do. I have been in this scenario for like 12 years in an international cricket, so I know how things go and how things work. So बस मैं यही चाहती हूँ कि जितने भी जूनियर्स आएँ उनको कंफर्टेबल फील हो, जैसा हमारे सीनियर्स ने हमें कंफर्टेबल फील कराया है. बिकॉज मेकिंग देम फील कंफर्टेबल, आई बिलीव उनकी परफॉर्मेंस और एनहांस हो जाती है, एंड दे कैन फ्रीली टॉक टू अस. जो भी प्रॉब्लम होती है, कुछ भी अगर उन्हें सपोर्ट चाहिए होता है, दे कैन टॉक टू अस फ्रीली. तो creating then that environment I think is a very good thing, and मुझे लगता है ये सबको करना चाहिए. एक positive environment और safe environment अगर आप create करते हैं अपने आसपास, तो सामने वाला आपसे बात करने ज़रूर आता है. तो मेरा हमेशा से ये रहता है, अगर मैं कुछ दे पाऊँ, कुछ knowledge दे पाऊँ, कुछ guidance दे पाऊँ, तो किसी तरीके से भी काम आओ, अगर कोई भी junior के, तो आई बिलीव कि मैं उस तरीके से हेल्प कर सकती हूँ.
And she actually is someone who has walked the talk. This is one day before the semi-finals. Snehashish and I were covering of the World Cup, of course. But in the practice session, of course, Shafali had just come in. And she was looking a little lost because she was making a comeback after a long, long time. When there was warm-up and all going on, Shafali was almost wandering on her own. In fact, we were continuously like, something is wrong with Shafali. Something is wrong with Shafali. Warm-up finishes, she was going for nets, and Sneh Rana just walks up to her, puts her arm around her. Shafali comes out to the nets, beats the hell out of the bowlers. Not saying completely Sneh Rana is doing, but I think the whole mood changed as far as Shafali is concerned. Going to Akash, Akash, I will ask something which is not directly related to the panel, but indirectly. You have actually commentated on the men's game. You have commentated on the women's game. Not asking which one is tougher, but no. How do you adapt to, because honestly, I believe it's the same sport, yes, but not the same game. You can't call it in the same way.
And you can't, and one must appreciate it as well. Actually, the finer nuances of the game that actually come through now in women cricket is almost invisible in men's cricket. And that is something that as a broadcaster, I feel it is my duty to pass on and articulate it as well as I can. Because, the finesse is there in women's cricket. You still see the ball flighting in the air. You still see the ball swinging in the air. The ball is a little lighter as well, so it swings a lot more. Men's cricket is fast moving towards a very power-packed game, where if you have the muscle, you can actually just do whatever you wish. But when you look at the women's sport, you see people dancing down the track and playing the ball on the full, because the ball is actually coming a little slower in the air. So you have the opportunity to actually step down the pitch and play. Try doing that to Rashid Khan, you'll actually fall on your face itself. He's that fast in the air. Nobody dares step him out. But with spinners in women's game, of course, that opportunity is there. So that brings forth a very unique skill, which is now fast diminishing in men's sport. Similarly, the swing. Men's cricket is all once again becoming really fast. So you are really fast in the air, but the faster you are, the less it swings. The slower you are, the ball is lighter, it swings a lot more. And that's another dimension to the game. So I really enjoy commentating on women's cricket. And I do feel, even from the first season of the WPL as well, I call it WOW Premier League. It wows us, and it has a great upside. See, the things that you need to appreciate, acknowledge, admire, is that women cricket has the upside that men's cricket now cannot have. We have hit a ceiling. First year of the IPL, the first knock that you saw, that was Brendan McCullum, who set the world on fire. Great. Now transport that knock into 2026 IPL. You'll say it's still relevant, it's still the same. Nothing has changed in men's cricket. First season of the WPL and fourth season of the WPL, same cricketers, you'll find, wow, they have actually changed so much. They're smashing it for sixes. They're being more brave. They are fearless. They are a bit more power has also come into the game. Courtesy, more practice, more exposure, maybe better equipment as well. And you see that there is a huge upside to women's cricket. And I think that is something that needs to be appreciated and admired. And I personally, say, look at it as a different sport itself, actually. It presents so much more. Again, not demeaning men's cricket. I'll just commentating on the World Cup, and I'll be commentating on the IPL as well. So not demeaning it, but I do see a lot of upside in women's cricket.
Yes. Lovely, lovely. Meghna, this is for you. Meghna, you have played for India across all three formats, right? But in last few years, you have not been in the part of the squad. So when you are trying hard for a comeback, what is the main factor that you think that motivates you to make a comeback as a player?
Sorry, last line समझ.
What is the main factor that motivates you for making a comeback in a team after?
Like what keeps you motivated?
मोटिवेट आपको सबसे पहले तो आपका गेम ही करता है, जो आप खेल रहे हो बचपन से और जो आपका एम है, जो आप एक गोल बनाते हो, वो आपका सबसे बड़ा मोटिवेशन है. और थोड़े टाइम से जैसे कम बैक करने के लिए फ़ाइट कर रही हूँ. और लेकिन एक हमारे साथ बैठे हैं जुलू दी, उनसे मुझे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला है और मुझे बहुत प्राउड फील है कि मैंने उनके साथ ड्रेसिंग रूम शेयर किया है, जो कि आप बहुत प्राउड फील करते हो जब आपका आइडल आपके साथ ड्रेसिंग रूम शेयर करे और आप उनसे इतनी चीज़ें सीखो, जो डिसिप्लिन, जो मोटिवेशन और जो हार्ड वर्क उनसे जो सीखा है वो आपको काम दे रहा है आगे के लिए। और मैं भी जैसे मेरे को भी कोई आके पूछता है, कोई जूनियर या, तो मैं उनको सबसे पहले उनका नाम लेती हूँ क्योंकि मैंने उनसे सीखा है और मैं चाहती हूँ कि जो हमारे सीनियर्स प्लेयर्स ने जो हमारे लिए किया है वो आगे हमेशा के लिए आए और इन्होंने ही नींव रखी है जो विमेंस क्रिकेट इतना आगे बढ़ा है। तो बाकी यही है कि आप हार्ड वर्क करते रहिए, आप जितना भी बेस्ट खुद के लिए दे सकते हो, आप अपना सपना जो है वो देखते रहो, वो आपको हमेशा मोटिवेट करता रहेगा एंड प्रैक्टिस हार्ड।
Julandi, over the years, of course, the number of matches, the numbers of series that we have been playing are increasing, and of course, no complaints, keep increasing them. But as a pace bowler, injury concerns, we have quite a few. Renuka, has had on and off injuries. Are very on Titash, superb talent, potential has been out due to injury. Kashvi, how can you actually navigate through that,
See, again, ओपनिंग बैटर है, मिडिल ऑर्डर बैटर है, मैं कुछ बोलूँगी तो फिर अलग हो जाएंगे क्योंकि बॉलर्स को एक इंजरी होता है, बैटर्स को तो इंजरी होगा नहीं।
बिल्कुल। आई थिंक विमेंस क्रिकेट, जो भी हमारे व्यूअर है वो बोलते हैं कि मैं पेस बॉलर्स के हित में हमेशा बात करती हूँ, तो
नहीं, but the thing is, when you play all three format, and there will be wear and tears, there will be things happen जहाँ पे आपको दिक्कत आएंगे, challenges आएंगे, but that's why modern cricket is all about your preparation, your training is very much important, your diet is very much important, and if you don't do prepare well for international cricket or competitive cricket like WPL, then you cannot survive because there will be lot of wear and tears and it will be difficult for you to come back because more you get injured, more you will be behind and somebody will come forward and take your place. So each and every day you have to motivate yourself, what she was saying, Meghna, that sapna hona chahiye, अच्छा खेलने का, perform करने का. But as a bowler, if you scared to bowl fast, you can't enjoy the game. You need to have that desire to bowl fast. You have to prepare well, and you know that there will be some wear and tear. Accept that fact and move forward. And try to, whenever you got an opportunity, and try to make some impact performance. Because these things will happen. Because as a medium pacer, I have many injuries. Many injuries. I don't know, I think Snare knows because when I used to play, I used to go to 6 o'clock to physio's room and tape almost my body. So you can't help it because the game is demanding such a way, and if you want to play all three formats, then you can't help it because there will be some wear and tear. But again, I will say as a bowler, you have to prepare well, take care of your body, take care of your diet. It's very much important in modern cricket.
Sneh, this is for you. During the ODI World Cup, both me and Trishadi witnessed something interesting in the net sessions, that the bowlers versus batters, some mini battles were going on in every other net sessions. And I think Arundhati versus Smriti Mandhana was a very interesting one in Indore. So that is one thing that we want to know. I think it will be lovely to for the... Yeah, and you were the umpire. So can you just talk about that thing, that how intense was those battles, those mini battles?
I think there should be some enjoyment when you play your game, and that's what it happened. The Arundhati Reddy was bowling and Smriti on the other end, she was batting beautifully. So the bet was there. So if she will hit, I don't know what bet, I forgot, but or maybe I don't want to tell.
Okay. Don't disclose.
Yeah, we will take the
I
second
don't want
option.
to disclose it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was umpire.
Yes.
I mean, it's beautiful when you challenge your teammate to hit you and you take up that challenge as a bowler, because I'm a bowling all-rounder. So I also love to take challenges from the batter, and that's what Arundhati did that day. She took the challenge and she was like, can you hit me? Can you hit me? So hit me. Show me your talent. So it was a lovely banter going on between both of them, and lucky enough to witness that fight, that cute Tom and Jerry fight maybe. So it was like that. We were just enjoying the practice session.
Who won the things?
I think Aru won, I think.
According to Arundhati, of course Arundhati won, hands down.
That's why I asked.
Because I remember...
Batters never say that they are out.
Yes.
Never.
But Smriti
Never.
Mandana hit one shot, Julindi, full-blooded shot, and it went... Arundhati said, and that has to be out. You cannot say that's not out.
That's why I asked.
Because she has a fielder there. I was the umpire.
Apparently. Well, it was fantastic discussing women's cricket. But before I go, of course, I don't know how many of you know, but Meghna and Sneh, of course, are best friends. Meghna, when Sneh Rana was lifting the World Cup, you know, because she has made that greatest comeback story. As a friend, you have been part of that journey. थोड़ा हमें बताइए कि उस वक्त आप कैसे महसूस कर रहे थे, एंड थोड़ा सा स्नेह राणा जब कमबैक कर रही थी वो स्टेज पे भी हमें लेके जाइए. ज़्यादा रिवील मत कीजिए.
नहीं, जब ये लिफ्ट कर रही थी तो ऑब्वियसली मैं एक बड़ी स्क्रीन, कहीं मैं रिलेटिव के यहाँ थी तो एक बहुत बड़ा स्क्रीन लगा हुआ था, एंड कोई वहाँ पे इंटरेस्टेड नहीं था मैच देखने के लिए, बट मैंने पूरा जितना भी रिलेटिव एंड फैमिली सबको वहाँ इकट्ठा किया है और मैंने बोला मेरे को कहीं नहीं जाना है, इसके बाद ही मैं जाऊँगी जब ये ख़त्म हो जाएगा. एंड हम लोगों ने 2022 वाला वर्ल्ड कप साथ में खेला था और अनलकी हो गए थे कि हम लोग क्वालिफाई नहीं किए, बट जब भी खेलती है ना तो ऐसा लगता है कि मैं साथ में ही हूँ, एंड वो मोमेंट मैंने फील किया वो टाइम पे भी, एंड इससे ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाऊँगी. बट हाँ, इतना ज़रूर है कि जो आज मैं इंस्पायर रहती हूँ या जो भी मुझ में चेंजेस हैं वो इसी की वजह से हैं. हर वक्त साथ खड़ी है, चाहे टाइम अच्छा हो या बुरा हो, और आज के टाइम पे ऐसा दोस्त मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है. एंड आई एम वेरी लकी. तो मैं यही कहूँगी कि इस जैसा दोस्त हर किसी को मिलना चाहिए.
How nice.
But one thing is there, Sneh really take care of everyone. When she was in around, if you need something, if you say, ask Sneh, she will try to help you out. And that's the beauty about Sneh. And even sometimes when some odd days, you know, we are playing, I said, Sneh, can you make one cup of nice tea? And she, out of the box, she tried to make that cup of tea. So I know all those things. So Sneh was a lovely girl, apart from a cricketer. As she's a brilliant cricketer, but as a brilliant person also.
Absolutely. We have got absolutely fantastic panel. Of course.
एक सेकेंड, ये कभी लेकिन दिखाएगी नहीं. ये मेरे को हमेशा सुनाती रहती है बस.
That's what friends are here for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what friends are for. What a fantastic conversation, and what a note to end the conversation on. Thank you, Julindi. Basically, being there, for being the trailblazer.
Thank you.
And Sneh Rana for the greatest comeback story. And when I say greatest, let me tell you guys that nobody expected her to play the 2025 World Cup, and you have a world champion here.
Thank you.
Meghna Singh, for those who do not know, the banana swing is what Meghna Singh is famous for. Akash Chopra, well, we'll keep it at Akashvani because we have a session called Akashvani. Let's promote ourselves. And our captain, Moria Bonjumdar, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 rounds of felicitations. 2 rounds of felicitations quickly. Again, when we were planning this conclave, and I said, last year we had given Pulela Gopichand the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we were listing it